Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to start by reiterating the fact that this policy is unconstitutional. It was proven unconstitutional and struck down by the Supreme Court when the Trump administration attempted to do this exact thing in Trump's first term. They wanted to erase undocumented people and non-citizens from the census, from our communities, from the requirement that we fund and represent all of our constituents as laid out in the Constitution. And the Supreme Court struck that attempt down. Why would we waste our time trying again? Why would we waste our time trying to pass an unconstitutional policy that is clearly unconstitutional, that is clearly trying to erase the existence of people who are simply here in this country? We can argue immigration policy. We can argue whether we should have more robust asylum processes, paths to citizenship. You know, just yesterday, Secretary Noem suggested a 100% travel ban. No one from any other nation should enter this country. I think it's clear what this administration wants to do to erase people, to deport people to countries they didn't even come from, to attack the Constitution, and to use every tool possible to consolidate power, just as my colleague from Arizona said, so that more Republicans can win. We don't just get to play with the Constitution like that. And I am baffled so often in this job because the Republican Party that I grew up with, the role models that I knew in my community, my dad, my faith leaders, folks that I served with in the legislature, Republican members believed so strongly in the Constitution, in the amendments as laid out, in the importance of this document to guide our country forward. And what I hear every day is an attempt to attack and tear down this document that helped craft and stabilize our country since its beginning. It's just not true, Mr. Chair, that adding a citizenship question to the census would not scare anyone. We know that folks in mixed status families where one is a citizen and one is not, where someone has legal status or someone does not have legal status, those families are much less likely to fill out the census because of their fear. And their fear is warranted because every day across the country, we are seeing folks rounded up on the streets, detained for sometimes hundreds of days, deported to not their country of origin. Some of these people who are US citizens themselves, many of them who have protective status, many of them who have green cards. I have visited with detainees in facilities in my district, and Mr. Frost is right. The American people are against this president's administration policy, this attack on our immigrant community at higher rates than they have ever been before. They believe that Democrats care about people, and that is what we are here to do. We're here to fight for every single person who lives in our country, to make sure they have fair representation, and to make sure that we are funding our states adequately. We're not here to try and rig elections so that more Republicans win. Mr. Chair, I yield back.